Live from Southern California. Broadcasting around the world. You're listening to the Mic'd Up Podcast. We talk, you listen. But the real question is, are you ready to get mic'd up?
Ladies and gentlemen, folks at home, we're here live, Mic'd Up Episode 1. It's been long waited for this one. We're ready to go today, and throughout all these episodes, we're going to be bringing people in different industries, different backgrounds, different lifestyles, different stories. And the guy today is the man, the myth, the legend, Saul Armonda, and we're happy to have him today. Tradition number one on Mic'd Up is, Saul, please get mic'd up right now. And we're happy to have you.
What's up, everybody? So, Mike, thanks for having me. I think what we're going to do first order of business is this here, a old number 7 brand Jack Daniels. I'm going to go, now that I'm mic'd up.
Yeah, so the mic'd up tradition is I have to drink the guest choice of booze.
This is a certified.
Is it sealed?
It's a real Jack. It's not a fake Jack.
It's real.
I want to make sure that everyone hears it when it goes like this.
Okay. Let's open her up and let's get the booze flowing.
I need a drink, so.
I could use one myself. We got a lot to talk about, a lot on the agenda, and we're happy that you're tuning in live, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. We're happy to have you. So, like I was saying, the tradition on Mic'd Up is I got to drink the guest drink of choice, and I'm going to be honest, folks, I am not the big whiskey guy, but it's Saul's drink, and we're going to have a good time. So, Saul, will you pour me up a strong one?
Yeah, I think I'll pour you a standard,
So we're drinking Jack and Cokes today.
A standard folks. Jack Daniels is 75% Jack Daniels, 25% Coca-Cola.
Perfect. Let's get them fired up. And I think, Saul, we should start, as you're pouring those drinks, why don't you let the viewers know kind of how we met. You know, we met in high school. All started off, I was good friends with his cousin, Danny and Kent, so I was always...
Well, I think it's your cousin.
My cousin, Danny and Kent. And, you know, I was very good friends with Saul through them.
So my neighbor, Danny.
I was always down here visiting Danny and Kent, and Saul was one of the guys that lived down the street in high school. You know how we do.
Here,
creating mischief, and you know it blossomed to a good friendship, eventual roommates at USC. So cheers and welcome Mic'd Up episode number 1.
See how these things taste.
Let's see. Oh man, strong.
I mean, that's a standard pour is what you meant.
It tastes good, and let's get going. So Saul, do you have anything to add about kind of how we met and
so
how your time is being back in Newport? You flew out from DFW, so you want to give a little background?
I did. I'll give you guys a little intel. So I grew up in Newport Beach with everyone in this room. I have to thank the people who set this all up.
I have to as well.
Because this is, as you can see, we didn't just start filming with a sidekick in the alleyway. We got a full-blown studio given to us by our friends, Manchester's, Nico Sway.
Shout out Nico Sway.
We've got legitimate equipment.
I would say these mics, you can't get a better one. I would say so.
I don't know anything about microphones. I would say you can't get a better one. But it looks good. It looks like we have a real thing going here. It looks like we prepared. So
for sure.
And I've learned over the years it's mostly about looks. So that's the first thing I wanted to get out of the way. So thank you guys for having us. And so Mike Fee, I mean, if you've heard of him, you know he's sort of a legend. Villa Park, which is it's like Newport, just a little bit. It's like a half hour inland, so there's less beach.
I would say 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
We can 27 minutes from Newport. I would say maybe 24. But yeah, so we would go. I mean, we met when we were teenagers, and the Willets are my neighbors, your cousins. And we eventually just started hanging out, and it was in the Castaways, the early high school days, and it was when we started driving. I think is because,
and we have some stories about that as well. That we're going to get on in a sec.
We can roll right into it.
Okay,
we met because you started driving, and I don't know if you remember, but you had a matte black. Well, it was yellow.
It was yellow. My dad had a yellow Mini Cooper, and I told him, I said, "It's a great car." He's like, "This is your car. Like, happy first car," and I'm like, "Okay." All right, so
it's a beautiful car.
Yellow Mini Cooper. I mean, we will pull up a photo of the car. I'm gonna I'm going to dig one up. We'll throw it up right behind you or show you it.
So it's right there with a pink Hummer limo.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be yellow with some black stripes, and I was like, Dad, I'm not driving this thing if it's not black. I actually want it vinyl wrapped matte black. So he's like, you know what? You got it. He went a great dad, by the way.
Shout out to Dan.
Shout out to Dan. Dan the box man, absolute
possible.
legend. He matte wrapped his yellow Mini Cooper for his son, which is he did, and I drove it. And we'll find a good photo for you guys. But anyway,
so a great story about.
Are we just going right into the stories here? May I set the stage for the viewers of like kind of what to expect in?
I'm going to touch
episodes?
back right where we left off.
I would appreciate. Let me go. You're on mic'd up, okay?
Thank you for having me.
So let's take another drink of this. I think
Cheers,
we're not
buddy.
trying to be sober an hour or two from now. I don't know when we're not trying to be sober. Here we go. So yeah, mic'd up. Like I said, we're gonna have numerous guests. We're gonna try to do it 2 times a month.
Tell them about the podcast.
Random dates, because we work, we grind. I mean,
we have lives.
We grind. I mean, I have to.
We would love for this to be our full-time job.
I mean, that's the goal.
And
not the goal. I mean, if
we
it
want
happens,
live shows down the road.
We're just entertainers. You won't meet 2 bigger entertainers in Newport Beach, California than us. I would say that myself. Some would say 2 of us in the same room. I'm worried. We have a script going, and I have on the script many topics that say questionable, but I think we're just going to dive into those. Screw it. Anyways, we're going to try to do 2 times a month, and everything on this episode, we're not trying to, there's no cancellation. We're not trying to get canceled.
Well, it's hard to cancel someone who already canceled himself.
That is true, but all opinions, like, we're just here having a good time. We're drinking Jack and Cokes in the future, trying to learn about what your career goals are, kind of where you come from, the legend of Saul Armonda, which we're going to get into, and everything. We're just having fun, folks. So if we say anything that upsets you, I apologize. Just take a shot. Just chill out. Okay. Yeah. And let's. Fair. So I think we dive right into it. High school days. I think you should start with.
Why don't I leave? Let's go back to this. The Mini Cooper. I want to wrap that up because we had it up on the screen, and I just want you to visualize this matte black Mini Cooper just absolutely ripping through the streets of Villa Park, which is, this happened on like a normal weekday near sunset. Mike Feehan, driver, he has a car full of children. They're underage. And he's going about 64 miles an hour past the high school in Villa Park. We could show up a map of the turn, and it's like 90 degrees. I was 16 years old, just got a license, and we were actually on our way to get fireworks, the crew. And fireworks, yeah. Yeah, and we were, I was an idiot. I drifted the corner. I blame it on a mechanical error from Mini Cooper. Maybe, let's just go with that. But, you know what, Saul, we discussed this before. I think we need to buy Dogecoin right now on the podcast. What do you think? How about we buy it right now? I'll throw in the $1,000. I'll throw in $1,000. I'll load up the Robinhood. I'll deposit. I got my wallet here. I'll load it up, and let's buy 1,000 on the podcast live. Yes. And let's see what happens. So that'll get us how many Doge? We're gonna fire it up real quick. I already have the Robinhood all ready to go. And people already hear about it all day, every day. But we are gonna get into Dogecoin. It's we're just trying to make whatever we make tonight. Let's make a couple drinks. I mean, let's make some money for some drinks. Doge for those people who are so out of their own, they're off the reservation. So Dogecoin, a cryptocurrency. How would you explain it? I would say that it's the universal currency that is more respected than the US dollar. As you're talking, I'm going to buy 1,000 shares. And we'll throw up a screenshot, folks. So it turns out that more people would rather have this coin, their money stored in it, than the US dollar. Well, it's a bigger market cap than FedEx. I don't know if you know about FedEx. FedEx is a company. They actually deliver packages. And it's bigger. I'm not sure if you've heard. It's pretty big in the US at least. And they do something. So what they do is you buy something, a company sends you it to your mailbox, and they deliver it. Dogecoin, believe it or not, does absolutely nothing. Nothing, I would say. But it's more valuable because $78 billion market cap. That's not a joke. Because, I mean, it's a dog. Yeah, it's just a joke. Shibu. Everybody knows Bitcoin. Just think of Bitcoin, but this is like the shitty other one that has no meaning. So, and can we touch on the fundamentals? Because a lot of the people here, I mean, we're getting straight into crypto. I apologize, folks. Episode 1,
we are just going straight into cryptocurrency.
Absolute
I
rabbit
apologize.
hole.
But hold on. Before you finish, will you do the honors and lock in this order? I have it all teed up here. Folks, we're going to put in $1,000, and maybe we're going to cash out at the end, hopefully up, and maybe buy some drinks. This is it's my drink. I think that we should, we're 10 minutes in of this episode. We're being a bit soft on the Jack Daniel, your drink of choice. I think we got to actually just, honestly, give me the bottle.
I want to finish this one.
Give me the
really
bottle,
quick.
actually.
Cheers.
Can I have the bottle here? All right. Come on.
Great point.
Oh, I spilled, but that's some good Jack Daniel, folks. We're having a good time. And so I think back to the point here, we need to buy some Dogecoin.
Wow, that is some good Jack Daniel.
Can we buy the Dogecoin? Because I want something to drink and look at. I'm up 25, 15. Press the order. I have the $1,000 teed up.
Dogecoin's currently sitting at $0.62, carried 96. I'm gonna hit buy.
Okay.
I want to get 1,588 Doge
for 1,000 total.
$1,000.
Lock her in.
Locked.
She's locked in, folks. All right, so we're going to be reacting. We have a screen up of the live price. Hopefully buy some vodka sodas with it. Who knows? We're just here to
Doge.
We're gamblers. Do I bet the horses? Yes. Do I bet the Halos and the Ducks and the Lakers and Conor McGregor and Tiger Woods? I'm a big gambler.
I lost it all.
Saul, pour up another one. But I think we need to get in quickly how we met. We need to talk about the origin of Goodyard on the golf course, and then let's just get right into the bluff video. Because we've had that teed up, and I think our viewers will want to.
So I grew up in the Castaways.
How about I just tell the story of Goodyard as you make the drink? So Saul was on the golf course with my cousin Danny. Basically, we're going to keep it short and sweet. He was hacking around the yard because we're all hacks at golf. We're just hacking. And he's topping balls, hitting them OB at Big Canyon Country Club. And
it's not a free round.
It's a good course. One of the best, I'd say. And Danny, my cousin, says, Saul, am I wrong? He says,
my dad asked, why would you take Nick to the country club?
Yeah. Why would you spend hundreds of dollars on Nick at the country club? Take him to the airport course.
Yeah. Hit off the mats,
yeah,
he said.
You don't deserve to be there. So, yes, can you finish the story off for me of how...
Anyway, so I'm topping him around. My dad goes, Danny, why do you take him to the country club? He says, I love watching him top him around the yard. It's good yard.
And that's it, folks.
And it just spiraled out of control from there.
Good yard.
Went viral a little bit.
So if you're from Newport and you're listening to this, you know the term good yard. And if you're just learning it, let's bring it back. Good yard.
One of the things that we like to tell everyone that I meet pretty much is about the bluff. Because we would, growing up, we'd throw shit off the bluff every day when I'd get home from school. I would try to find a local TV on a free Craigslist ad. Just whatever garbage. My uncle lived with us. I threw his couch off the bluff that. Uncle Vinny.
All I remember is Uncle Vinny. If you're watching, you're an absolute legend. This is Saul's uncle, absolute legend. But
poor guy.
I'm gonna cut you off right now because I'll just explain it. My cousins, from Newport, they like to go around the community and if there's they would buy bikes sometimes to throw.
It's Halloween. There's pumpkins.
Yeah, they maybe grab a couple pumpkins. Maybe you have just. This is the Newport life down here as a 16-year-old,
It is.
And it was there was a bluff. We'll put up on the green screen behind us. We'll throw up a video
Google
of the
Earth.
We'll show you guys some visuals throughout this whole episode as we're going through to help it more enjoyable. But you're probably seeing them a lot, so just know that they're coming in. And so the bluff Newport Back Bay.
So we did,
you throw stuff off of it, but it got to the point where you actually got an individual, a friend of yours or.
An associate
of yours voluntarily chose to go down a cliff in broad daylight in a kayak. Am I wrong? Or
he was technically paid.
What are you eating?
A Pez.
Where did those come from?
Light Pez.
Where did they come from? Did you bring those?
Upstairs.
Okay, Pez.
So what we said was, hey man, if we give you this much weed, will you ride this kayak that we stole?
So effectively how old were you? The viewers love this. I love this.
12,
this is why
13.
I brought you on. They love it.
12, 13.
Years old.
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm pretty sure.
This kid was what?
How old
school?
are you in 7th grade?
12, 13. Can we get somebody to chime in?
Can you Google that?
We have a couple legends helping us out.
We have no idea.
Kevin and Mark. What?
12 or 13 is
Okay, 12 or 13. So let's call him 13.
So
And he was willing to go down a cliff for a bag of kush, or
Like almost oregano, this much,
Okay.
tiny.
And he said let's do it.
He's like, we're done, we're good.
Okay.
So where are you gonna get the kayak? And it
I'll
wasn't
let
a
you take
sit
over.
on. It wasn't a sit on kayak. It was a sit in kayak.
Oh,
so
man.
you're encapsulated in this thing, lower body
Jeez.
to your toes. So what do we do? As anyone would, steal the kayak from next door. We drag this thing up the bluff, which is not easy to do. You drag this thing, you're pulling it up the whole 100-foot cliff, and then we said, dude, ready to go? Let's do it.
And I think, folks, let's roll the video. It's going to be on behind us, and we're going to react to it. Let's play the video. Can either Kevin or Mark play the video? Please, let's go. Let's play it.
Hey!
So there's Evan, our good friend.
Hey, we're recording!
Oh, who is that guy? Is that Evan in the red?
Evan's in the red.
So he is nervous. It looks like.
So
He's
Mike,
looking-
let's.
Oh,
He scoped it
he
out.
scoped the.
He did some.
Got
He did
it.
some field work.
He was looking at what he was going down.
Mike, he did some field measuring.
Come on, somebody help the guy out. Oh! Oh! Dude!
He's good.
He's up! Oh, look at him! Oh my God! Oh my! So he lived.
Not only did he live, but he could have broken his neck and been paralyzed for life. But he front flips, lands on the beach, does a little parade.
I mean, that is a remarkable video,
And they say, "Where is he now?"
yeah, where is he now? I ran into him a couple months ago at Cassidy's in front. Because I have seen him. This is a true story. This is hilarious. No, this is a true story. Late night, probably this summer, I ran into him. I was coming out of Cassidy's bar in Newport Beach, and I'm coming out. If you're from Newport, it's like normally like the late night spot. And I'm not lying to you. I walk out, and this is totally true. And by the way, folks, if you're seeing us react straight ahead versus the green screen, we have a full screen right in front of us
both of them
that we're reacting to. But for you, it's just a green screen. I just want to let you guys know. So I'm reacting to it straight ahead.
They get it.
But anyway, back to Evan. The true story. This is about this summer. Walked out of Cassidy's Bar and Grill at 1:30 a.m. Gray Toyota Corolla parked on the side of the road across Cassidy's. Not lying. And this guy Evan says, "Is that Mike? Mike, is that you?" I said, "Evan, how is it going? It's only been, God,
What is that? 15 years since he's
15
gone.
since I've seen the guy." His girlfriend was in the passenger seat. Maybe she was picking him up, and they both. This is 1:30 a.m. I have some memories of. I actually have a selfie maybe. So folks, we have a selfie. I'll throw it up with Evan. I'll find it.
He looks like
I'm
Jesus.
gonna dig.
He looks like
And
Jesus.
Evan was like, "Hey Mike, I want to let you know we're pregnant."
No.
I swear. So
That's
this
so
was this summer. We
really
haven't checked in,
proud of him.
and I'm like, "Evan, I am so happy for you."
Congratulations
So
to them.
congrats to Evan. I think if Evan is probably gonna watch this because somebody's gonna tell him or
Yep.
get a hold
And
of him.
I want to know what's his name
We
going to
love
go
you,
down
Evan.
when
We
is
love
his
you, Evan.
kid going to go down the bluff?
Okay, can we take a shot for Evan? Because he's gonna be watching this,
think so.
folks. He's gonna be
So
watching
can
this.
we also Evan is like a stud athlete. I don't know if you know this, but
Is he?
the fact that he was able to do that proves something. He's sponsored by Inline for those skates that you don't even clip into. You just go like this, and
Yeah.
he would go to the skate park. I mean, he's an incredible athlete. Give me the shot glass.
Oh.
So Evan's not just some random dude
Pour
we
up.
found off the frickin' streets. This is like a friend of ours that
Yeah, beautiful shot glass, folks. But yeah, Evan is a legend, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. He did live. It makes the story better. He did live, and he's alive, and congratulations, Evan, on your boy or girl. We have no idea, but
We
cheers.
don't wanna assume.
Anyways, cheers, Evan, a Newport legend. Cheers. I don't like whiskey, so.
it's liquid gold.
Oh, man.
Can I get a live weigh-in from you?
We'll do that later. You have a scale here.
I have a scale.
You brought a scale here, folks.
Yeah.
You brought a scale when you came.
I brought it in my luggage.
So, how long are we in this episode? 15 minutes or so? 20? 20 minutes. Live weigh-in.
Every show, I think at 20 minutes you should have a live.
Okay,
weigh-in.
so I'm gonna take off. So I'll go first. This is gonna be 2 bills plus. I've been hossing for.
So can you give them how tall you are?
Are you hopping on after me?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
let's do it. We need to degrease, folks. I'm on that lean cuisine diet, back to the Cabo season, but this is gonna be a big number. So, and you guys are here with me on my weight loss journey, I guess. I guess I'm a big hoss. So
I'm looking at a 206.6.
big. I'm probably 200. Let's call it 202. Let's see you, big hoss. Jump on.
I'm legitimately 6'2".
Let's get a hoss.
I'm not
Go.
like 6'6".
No, you're a tall guy. So let's see that. Folks, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't expect a fucking... Who brings a scale to a... I didn't even know it was under this table.
Read it.
204.8. So he's been degreasing here, folks. He looks good. And, let's see. Oh, man. Can we get a Dogecoin check-in? Can we? I mean, geez, man. I'm going to degrease. Okay, I get it. Everybody wants to be fit. I'm going to degrease. Can we get a Dogecoin check-in live on the pod?
I think it's 63.5.
This is 6. Okay, so we're up. It's 63.5 cents. We can't be up much, folks. If you're a lady tonight, we cannot afford your drink. I'll tell you
We're
that.
up $9.
We're up $9, and we can't even buy you one drink. So
If you're in Bama.
you could buy one in Bama. So that's a great segue.
Yes, sir.
Get off the weight loss. I'm going to degrease. Who knows? When you're watching this, I probably cut a lot of shit out. I'm not going to get attacked on my own podcast about my weight. And if you're not hearing it, it's because I cut that shit out, okay? And you might be not hearing it, which is probably better, okay? You saw the weigh-in, and that's probably it. But I'm going to de-hoss as the podcast goes on. As the podcast goes on, I'm going to degrease.
So you do way more than me.
I do. So that got some motivation. You're a skinny, fit dude. Folks, we're about to hit 64 cents.
Oh, we're up 15. We could buy one girl a drink.
Hold on. Can we buy the girl a drink yet?
14.
14. Okay,
we can buy her one
We can
drink
buy one.
with a tip.
We can,
oh, no, we can't.
Oh, no.
We can't.
Folks,
13.
we're going to be flashing up some prices
All right,
behind
so
us.
let's talk about Bama.
Bama. So let's just get the viewers.
Yeah.
Good yard. Good bluff. Evan, we love your legend.
Yada. So what happens in Orange
Saul
County is...
went to Alabama out of high school. He went to Orange Coast College.
No. So let me just tell the story.
Maybe one too many whiskeys for me or
I
what?
went to high school.
Okay.
And it was Mater Dei High School. My sister went there, so I had to go there. I went to Mater Dei for 1 year. I was on the football team. I transferred over to Newport Harbor High School. Much better. A lot of my friends, walkable from my house. Everyone that I loved went there. Not that I don't love some of our Mater Dei friends, but in high school, and tell me if this is the case, in Orange County, a lot of people go U of A, they go Boulder, they go ASU, they go USC, they go UCLA, they go SMU. Mm-hmm. And I go...
Shout out SMU, Bryson DeChambeau. We love him. Goat.
Listen, I'm not getting into Harvard. I barely graduated.
Yeah.
But I do want to try something that not everybody's going to. I like U of A. I like Boulder.
Yeah.
I'll try Bama.
Yeah. So you just gave it a shot.
I like the adventure of... I'm an adventurous guy. I love trying new things. So
out of high school, you went to Alabama.
Straight up.
As you said. And folks, he's not wrong. Orange County, it's a lot of U of A. I'd say Boulder, like you said, SC, and there's some Bama down here, folks.
There's a little bit of
And
flavor.
I learned one thing. I'm going to let him get into. We have some bullet points on Bama for him to go into. But Alabama, I would say they don't lose.
That's one of the fun things about it is Nick Carter and I got to go to so many away games and home games.
Yeah.
I don't know jack shit about sports, but my friends do. So I like going to an event. We got to go to so many away games. LSU.
So would you be all right with showing up some highlights behind us as you talk?
Like I know that Nick
You'll
Saban.
send me some videos. And
I know that
we'll
Nick
up.
Saban is the highest paid government employee.
Yeah.
What does he make? $7 million?
Can we look that up? I'll check that.
I
He's a legend.
believe that Nick Saban, football coach, Alabama, is the highest paid U.S. government employee. So
the pub. All
right, we can,
folks, I need to. This is pretty crazy.
That's sickening.
We just looked up the number. Is it a bit sickening? But
that is embarrassing
he
for
deserves
our.
it.
That's embarrassing.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 9.3 mil a year.
Annual.
But
So-
he's a legend. He deserves it. He doesn't lose.
Listen, he's got a great ball club.
Yeah, he does a great club out there. And I'll be honest, you're going to hear in a future episode, we have a legend friend of ours, Jacob Daniels, coming on.
I would love to see.
We have him teed up, folks. I'm sorry to break the news. Jacob, he's coming on. And you're going to hear the story in future weeks about how Nick Saban was in his Fresno, California
house.
You know how in high school the teacher goes and rings the phone?
Yeah.
Back in the day? Jacob Daniel got a call and said, Jacob, Mr. Saban is in the athletic department for you, Fresno.
God.
And
I
we're
didn't
going to
know
go
that.
into that, folks, right off the bat. He'll be on here in a couple weeks.
By the way,
we will
can
get
we
him
give
here.
a shout out to J-Dan.
He's the legend. That's all I got to say.
My pledge brother.
Yeah, pledge
one of my
brother.
best friends. I would truly say.
Yeah.
Like someone that if
I would
anything
agree with you.
happened,
He's one of my best friends, too.
I would
say, Jacob, a wedding lock for me.
I would go to bat. For
I'll see you at
J-Dan.
both weddings.
So
we're going to get hammered.
let's just say that's unbelievable. Let's call it 10. Let's round up hard.
9-3.
We'll call it 10 million. This great dude makes for just coaching a bunch of football players.
But he's legend. He doesn't lose like USC does.
Right, but he's the highest paid government employee. He's never stopped a war.
No. You know, I think he deserves it, though.
Does he? For
think so.
a couple guys throwing the ball around?
Yeah. I mean, he's a legend, and you know what? So let's get into some stories there, and then we'll move on. We have a long list here.
I was only at Bama for
let's move
a
on.
semester, I'll be honest.
Give us your highlight, your top stories, a couple, and then we'll move on to your, I guess, for the viewers out there, he didn't stay in Bama. So let's get a couple stories going.
Yeah.
I mean, the boy, from what I recall on Snapchat, you're just running through like the backwoods.
Listen, I went to Bama for a semester. I was there with my
pretty legend,
friends.
though.
It wasn't the place for me, so I moved on. I transferred. I got a 4.0 because it was similar to high school.
Yeah.
So I was just taking classes over again, is what it felt like.
So you
for me.
worked hard.
I worked average, and I got
4.0.
4.0. I went to OCC from there. OCC has a transfer program to USC, which I hope that everyone listening, if you have a little cousin or whatever, like they take advantage of, because I went from barely graduating high school, going to Bama, getting a 4.0, going to OCC for a semester, doing the Trojan transfer program.
There you go.
Trojans.
Fight on. But Saul, you didn't give us. I want to hear some good Bama.
So
I want to
I
hear
remember-
you're like in the backwoods.
I have some
because I've never been to
very-
Tuscaloosa. Can we get your top two
I have
stories
some
here?
very good friends.
So give us brief. From what are you guys ripping like ATVs? Like I don't know. Are you? Just,
Let me explain.
Are you? Is there? I don't know. I've never been.
Will
to
you
Alabama.
let me tell
Can
the
you paint
people?
me a picture? Paint the viewers a picture. Paint the viewers that are
So-
on their Apple Music and Spotify app or YouTube. Paint them a picture,
If-
and we'll show them one too. Paint them.
I would if you'd let me.
Okay, fire it up.
So I was fortunate enough to have three friends that I wasn't like boys with them. I was friendly with them, and they go, "All right, we're going down to one of their grandpas, Win. Shout out Win Chambly. I probably fucked up his name. That's how tight we are. No, he just got married. Win Chambliss.
Win.
I don't know. I'm French.
Shout out Win if you're watching.
Shout out Big Win. Shout out
is that?
Big Win.
Who is that?
Win Chambliss, or
Okay.
however the fuck you say his
So
last name.
you're
How about
not-
Smith? How about something you could say? Anyways,
Yeah.
so Big Win took me down to the sawmill. I think Nick Carter came too. Down.
We got Nick Carter in the audience, folks. But
So
you can't see him.
So Big
he was
Win's,
there. He was there.
Big Win's grandpa was part of the football team at Bama when Bear Bryant
Whoa.
had 3 or 4 back-to-back championships. Like
Wow.
a legend. And you could
Wow.
tell like
The
this
grandpa-
guy was
so
a
you met the
fucking
grandpa.
savage.
You guys met the grandpa.
Oh yeah, dude. Like this was a guy that was so old South. Like
Are we going to be able to get some photos?
if you
to
look
show
up
behind us?
Chambliss, I guarantee you would find that this guy's jersey number was whatever, and he played in the 3 fucking quarters of the last game.
Oh man.
But
Did you pick up an accent when you're down there?
yes, I did.
Oh man.
I picked up a little something. But what we did was we went down to the sawmill. Win Chambliss took us down to the sawmill. It's a great restaurant. It's a buffet. It's in Centralville, which I don't want you to do too much research on, but Centralville, Alabama. Okay.
Folks, what is he saying?
And what we did there is we got a little bit of these, a little bit of those. Frog legs, fried chicken, And I remember I took my dad, my mom, and like a couple friends down to this. So it was an abandoned sawmill, as an American would say, a sawmill.
Okay. Sawmill, for sure.
No, sawmill. Sawmill.
So what happened at the sawmill?
So it's like where they milled
Okay,
wood.
so you're with
But now
Nick.
it's a restaurant. It's a restaurant.
So you're not, paint a picture.
It's an hour and a half, maybe it's an hour straight from Tuscaloosa. We would drive in
South or
Wynn's
north?
F-150.
South or north?
South.
Okay.
So we go to Sawmill, and dude, it is...
Sawmill. It's a restaurant.
It is one of the most beautiful establishments.
Well, you would say restaurant? What is this place? What is the
I would have a
sawmill?
hard time.
What is the sawmill? I'm actually confused. Maybe I'm a couple whiskeys deep, but the viewers are probably watching. What is he talking about on the sawmill? Is it a mill? Is it a restaurant?
They
Where
used
are
to
you?
cut big
Where are
trees
you?
there.
Okay, so
In the wilderness.
What are you doing out
They
there?
used to cut big trees there.
What are you doing
now
out there?
it's a restaurant.
Well, we got somebody here in the audience, folks, that's actually there as well, and we can't figure out what happened. What happened there?
So they happen to have a buffet that is so extravagant. They've got frog legs, fried chicken, sweet tigers. They got nanner pudding. They have nanner pudding.
What is that?
Banana pudding, as
okay.
some would say.
Okay.
And so I bring my family from Newport down to the sawmill in Central.
The sawmill is a restaurant.
And there's a huge podcast about Centerville, like huge.
What do our viewers look up? Because I'm honestly confused.
It's called the 3K or K3 lumber mill or something. Like this is a
Can we get a fact check on that,
community.
folks?
This is a really
Jamie?
sketchy. Anyways, so so I take them down there and I sing. They have a freaking karaoke.
I'm intrigued about the sawmill.
They have
here.
a karaoke of the sawmill.
We're gonna pull it up.
So I go.
So it's a restaurant.
You were right by the spelling, by the way.
Is it a restaurant
K3
and a
look at
karaoke bar?
You had that one too. You're botching these because you have them.
Who?
So Sawmill popped up and K3 Lumber or whatever also popped up. But K3 Lumber, I listened to the podcast like 3 years ago.
Okay.
It was
You're going a bit Alex Jones on me right now. I'm not lying.
It was
You're
was
going
like
a bit Alex
racist
Jones on me because I'm confused.
I don't know if you know about K.
Obviously,
It's a
everybody
letter
knows
in
Joe
that.
Rogan, but I'm a bit confused.
Mike, they told you earlier, stop talking over me.
Okay, sorry.
So this K3 Lumber is like KKK, 3Ks. I guess this neighborhood is just the worst fucking neighborhood. But they happen to have a sawmill. And the sawmill turns into a restaurant. Now they have me, imagine like a kid from Newport in a camo outfit, a hunting outfit, orange hat, full camo. And I'm singing, I'm through with standing in line. The clubs will never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win. This life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. That was pretty good.
So I'm hitting
That's
Nickelback
pretty good, folks.
at a buffet.
That's pretty good.
I'm hitting it on the mic.
Oh, you're singing
At a
there.
buffet.
Do we have a video?
There are.
So if we can track it down, folks, we will. You'll see it. If not, we'll pan to it.
I want to do I'm through with standing in line, the club will never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win. This life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. I want a brand new house on an episode of Cribs and a bathroom I can play baseball in, and a king size tub big enough for 10 plus rings. A credit card that's got no limit, and a big black chair with a bedroom in it. A Jungle Mile high club, 37,000 feet. I wanna do to a bar full of old guitars. My song, I was born and hot. Somewhere between champagne things fine for me. I'm gonna trade this life for fortune and fame. I'm gonna cut my hair and change my name. Cause we all just wanna be big rock stars. Real stars like we got big cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap. We'll all stay skinny up and just fall in. And I'll hang out at the coolest bar like the sawmill with the movie stars. Every good gold digger gonna wind up there. Every player
Anyways, so that gives you an idea of what happened in Bama. But how's this? So in Newport, you get a dessert. It's $13, $17 for a scoop of ice cream.
Oh man, I forgot. We're about to talk about Nickelback in a minute.
We'll
get there, folks.
That's crazy. There is.
You have no idea, folks. This is a video you don't want. Okay, finish this song. Can we wrap it up? We have a lot of stuff.
I did not mean to transition into that well.
Yeah.
But Sawmill, they go, hey, personally, I like the nanner pudding.
And he loves saying that word, folks.
And the peach cobbler, like unbelievable desserts, 9.7.
So sum it up.
So they go, you want these to go? So I said, yes. Can I get one of these and one of these to go? So that's going to cost you.
What did it cost you?
$6 for a fucking tray that you couldn't finish in a week. And Nick Carter ate that to-go meal.
Man.
I'm just saying. The prices haven't caught up yet.
So, okay. That's your one Alabama story. I heard you did an impersonation, right? You were doing Nickelback, which we're not only going to get into Nickelback, we're going to show you a video that actually went viral, and we were both involved in the picture. This video actually went viral, and you just might think I'm hoaxing. It went viral. Like, we're talking hundreds of thousands of views on this, and we're going to pan it to you. But I'm not going to. You did some impersonations, and another one that I know that you could do very well is a good friend. You put me onto this podcast. Dave Ramsey, and this guy is a financial wizard. He's just a legend, and I want you told me about this is mic'd up with Saul. So if I talk too much, I apologize. This is your stage to show everybody you're a fucking legend. Okay, Dave Ramsey, give the viewers one. I think you just start off with the impersonation, and two, we're gonna
tell me if I'm accurate.
Okay, who's the viewers like? Who is David Ramsey?
So, one thing that I want everyone to realize, okay, America has been going through this thing lately, all right, where we are borrowing so much money against things we don't need to impress people we don't know, to do things we don't even need to do, all right? So we pay more money on interest than we do on the actual object itself, okay?
Okay.
So this is the Dave Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm your host, Dave Ramsey, live from Dollar Club, Dollar Car Rental Studios, in Nashville, Tennessee. You know what? Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Let's hit the phones at 888-825-5225. Again, that's 888-825-5225. Oh, who do we have here? Antonio is calling us from... Antonio's
You got us, dude. You got it. You are a legend. Don't you... Folks, hey Dave Ramsey, first off, if you're watching this, if somehow this gets across your desk, if our marketing team or manager sends you this, we would love to come on the show.
Dude,
we'd love to have you. I would literally fly to Nashville tomorrow.
Rebecca's calling in from Orlando.
You know what, Nick, you did an awesome job, and I was, as you can see, I was impressed. You know what? Cheers. I'm not going to pour another one up because folks, are we going to kill this thing? I hope not. I really hope not. Anyway,
Rebecca,
can you give the viewers Saul? You can do impersonations all night. Can you please tell him who he is? This is a financial advisor. They don't even know yet.
So guys,
they don't even know yet. You know what, folks? Cue the video now. Dave Ramsey intro and an episode. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Enjoy it.
Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, broadcasting from the Dollar Car Rental Studios, it's The Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. Anthony O'Neill, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author, and host of the popular online series, The Table, is my co-host today. You can join him on podcast or on YouTube to watch The Table, listen to The Table anytime. In the meantime, he's here to help you, and I am too. The phone number is 888-825-5225. That's 825-5225. Amon is with us in Houston. Hey, Amon, how are you?
Hey, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Saul, I think you're a Dave Ramsey pro. That was unbelievable. Thank God we had to cut the podcast because I was dying, as you could see. That was so incredible. Can you give the viewers a background on who exactly Dave Ramsey is? We know he's a financial advisor, finance personality, radio show, podcast host. How did you find this guy? Because you told me about him, and I'll be honest, folks. I listen to Dave Ramsey almost every other day during the week when I'm grinding Excel. He's great humor. It's just, he's a great dude. And Saul, please, tell the viewers how you uncovered him.
So Dave
and who he is too.
Dave Ramsey is one of those guys that doesn't even know how funny he is. Where you find someone and you're like, it's actually exactly what happened with you.
Yeah.
It's exactly what happened with Mike. Sorry guys, getting used to this whole Joe Rogan situation. So it's a fist away from the mic. It's Jamie gets pissed. Jamie just fucking reached out to us via. Yep.
We have some good Jamies here. We have two Jamies.
I see 4 of them. But
4 Jamies.
You get a fist away from your mic.
We have
So Mike, it's not very different from what happened with you. I find Dave Ramsey's podcast. I start just belting out in laughter because this guy doesn't even know how funny he is.
He's funny.
He's just funny. Doing his thing. He's a conservative, Trumper dude who just rants about, don't take loans and credit cards are bad. If you take credit card, and he sounds like a banjo.
Yeah, we like the...
And so he does these big... People call in and they have 100,000 student loans. They have 50,000 car loans. They have credit cards that are just out of control, which... I think Mike and I have both.
Dude, can we get into last night? I took a picture of this. We're going to show this up right now behind me. A $519 bottle of Tito was purchased last night just because Saul came into town, and I'm like, this guy's coming in, a true legend. And I'm not going to lie to you. I signed the check.
Oh, shit. What's Dogecoin?
I signed the check. Wait, Doge?
I heard something.
Oh, people out here are yelling.
It's
Doge.
pumping. Oh, my God.
I'll finish my story in a minute. We have a Dogecoin update because we bought it live, folks. Happy to report we didn't invest a lot.
73 cents.
We are no 60. Come on, no, that's the past price, brother. We're at 65.5.
All right, we have to cut that out.
And I'll tell you one thing: we can buy now 3 girls' drinks. $42 up on the podcast. I'm excited.
Okay.
How about you?
To clarify things, we bought Doge $1,000 US.
Yep, 1,000 live on the podcast.
Now we have $1,042, so we bought 3 girls' drinks.
3 women tonight are getting drinks on Dogecoin. That is incredible. We are making dreams happen.
We're changing the world.
We are changing dreams happen. And
changing dreams happen.
You know what? That's the Jack Daniel talking. I'll tell you that. But folks, I'm not Uncle Jack Daniel needs to take a moment break because I will.
All right, Doge needs a fucking ripper.
Anyway, Dogecoin.
Watch this, Mike. Oh. You know I'm good friends with Doge.
The viewers on Apple Podcasts
Can you tell
listening.
Them when did I become friends with Doge? You were there.
Yeah. We've been talking a lot about Dogecoin, but we haven't actually. Okay, let's describe for the viewers the Jack Daniel's bottle. Saul is drinking a pole right now, folks. Oh my. Oh, he's going full Steve will do it, folks. If you know who that is. Okay, save some for the rest of us. We might kill this bottle, folks. We might kill this bottle.
Tell the
folks, this is at $53. So did we get 4 women drinks now? Maybe
we
4.
Almost got 4 girls drinks.
Almost, and you think I'm lying? We're gonna flash these prices. It's at
Where are we, by the way,
66.
when we're buying these drinks?
I'm at Wild Goose in Newport.
Okay, so yeah, you got 4 drinks.
Yeah.
If you were in Do Your Aunt?
Oh man.
Do Your Aunt? Durant, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
You'd have 14 women drinks.
That's pretty good. And you know what? Let me finish my initial story. What I was saying was, what was it? Okay, are we really jumping right into Oklahoma? Okay. We're going to go to Oklahoma. Dave Ramsey, financial personality. Saul has him down to a T. And
Can I do one last
legend.
personality?
Sure.
One impersonation.
Who do you have? Who could you possibly drum up right now?
So I think of one guy if I think of Dave Ramsey.
You guys saw a lot.
Conservative, don't take loans, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald Trump's hair? I'll tell you. A wet raccoon doesn't have
Oh man.
$7 billion fucking dollars in the bank. Okay?
That was pretty fucking good, dude. Because, you know what, folks? Let's pause this real quick, and we'll take a little break, and then we'll be right back. Let's cue the clip, and then we'll be back in a second for that same. Your Saul Armonda.
What's the difference?
Saul Armonda, folks, is on fire
between
tonight.
a wet raccoon
You already said it.
and Donald Trump's hair?
You already said it, folks. 1, 2, 3.
I'll tell you.
Cue the clip now.
A wet raccoon doesn't have $7
All right, that's cut.
billion fucking dollars in the bank. Okay?
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion fucking dollars in the bank. Plus, by a lot.
I mean, folks, again, I'll say it again. You heard it. I mean, Saul Armonda, is he drinking right now? Folks, the bottle's half done. So
My glass is half full.
well, the bottle is a bit less than half done. What's the timing on the podcast right now? Left or currently? 45 minutes in ish. 40 to 45. Okay, we might finish this thing tonight. Saul Armonda.
I will be back for 3 or 4 more. You touched on the motorcycle
Yeah,
situation.
folks, we are about, we're going to, this guy is too much to have in one episode, so we're going to get right to the next topic. And
You touched on the motorcycle
yeah, so
story.
let me just break it down for you guys. You guys heard about Nick, how we met. You heard about Saul. I mean, you heard about him going to Alabama, okay? He left Alabama, great story about the sawmill, which, we
Sawmill.
Okay. We then went from Alabama to Orange Coast College for a couple years, entrepreneurial grinding, okay? And then fast forward to how we actually got to be really like you're honestly one of my best friends.
I would agree with that.
And
as much as that damages my personal my clout, as much as that hurts me personally to say that Mike Feehan is one of my best friends.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Zach Bia would be like devastated by the news that I say Mike Feehan's 10 times better friend than Zach Bia Lobos. And same thing with someone like a football player that's a quarterback that throws for a green jersey team. Like, I like Mike a lot more.
You're a legend, bro, and that's why I would have rather not had this podcast with anybody else. And quite frankly, folks, we are not.
Mike.
Our producers are actually keying us in. They're keying us in that our $1,000, folks. It's at 67.5. How many girls' drinks did we just? We're at $70. How many drinks, folks?
Let me do the math. Can I do the math?
$77 up.
Can I do the math?
Yep.
It's an honor to do this.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to do, oh my God, dude.
It's at $80, folks.
So 80 divided by a Newport 12. Because it's a Newport 12.
Newport $12 of vodka soda, yep.
Yeah. So that has to be somewhere near about 6.5 drinks.
7, we'll round up. $80.
That's a lot of girls.
It won't go, if you buy a bottle of liquor, it's a bad investment.
So I'm just telling you right now that we
bought.
bought.
One drink to one lucky lady, that could be a good investment, folks.
It's worked before.
Maybe, exactly.
Skyrocket.
Somebody flash the Dogecoin up. Ready? Now.
Pull up.
Go. Nope. Jamie, now.
Jamie.
It's at 68, folks.
Oh!
We have still $80 up. We have about 5 girls drinks. So on to the next one. We're back to Earth, to SC. Fight on the Trojans.
All right.
That's when Saul. He
got it.
transferred to USC, and that's when we became really close. And we're just going to dive right into USC. Saul, take the reins here. I think it's only appropriate that we start with, the times at the 901 Bar and Grill. It's an iconic spot at USC. It's a go-to bar. If you know USC, you know the 901. If you know the 901, you know Big Sean. If you know Big Sean, you know Donnie. And
Donnie!
Okay, we're gonna flash Donnie and Big Sean up. If you see this, we
Donnie,
love.
thank you so much.
We love the 901.
I'm sorry I forgot my credit card that one. So let me take over, and I'm gonna go. And Mike, you can stop me if you need to, but I want to be honest with our friends and our family who are listening.
Yeah.
So I ended up finagling my way into USC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't truly believe that I should have been there, honestly. From a grade standpoint, sure. From a social standpoint, I love bringing everybody up. I love promoting the Greek life. I enjoyed my classes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the best decision on their side if bringing me in. When a kid barely graduates from high school, you hope that he makes it at the local. He's a welder.
Yeah,
he's a welder.
I'll be honest with you, man. I wake up every morning, not every morning, and I'm like, look, we actually went to a school and we got in.
Harvard of the West.
I mean, you got in, okay?
Harvard of the West.
You weren't doing the Netflix college admission scandal like Rick Singer paying. There's a lot of people that paid to get in, Saul. They paid.
Rick Singer is a good dude.
Rick Singer. I mean, he is in
one of my favorite tutors.
Yeah, he's obviously a pretty good tutor. If you haven't watched the Netflix documentary, what is it called, folks? The college admission scandal?
I would call it Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. And is it Netflix? All right, we're plugging Varsity Blues Netflix. Check it out. And you know what's crazy?
Good friends of ours.
You know what's crazy is the Varsity Blues is a lot about the Trojans. And people were paying to get in. Trojans and Harvard. You couldn't caught me dead at Harvard. Are the women at Harvard hot? I don't know. I'd rather be at SC.
I've never been.
I don't know either. But I would prefer attractive women. Okay? And I'm just being honest.
We don't know because we've never been
to Harvard.
Yeah.
So they might show up and it's just beautiful women.
It could be just a Victoria's Secret fashion show.
It could be. But okay, I'm going to take that back. I'm not coming after the Harvard women. I do know that Alex Cooper did go after Harvard women because she lived in Boston. But you know what? We're not going after Harvard.
Alex Cooper.
Call her daddy.
One of my favorites.
A true legend right there.
But back to SC. I have a bad feeling that I'm going to meet her.
Are you going to meet her?
I have a bad feeling that her and I would get along way too well.
I would pay to see an Alex Cooper Saul Armonda pot. I mean, she's not ready for you. I'm having trouble fielding it. She's been a pro, or she is.
She's had 100 podcasts, and she wouldn't know what to do.
I don't believe so. But back to SC 901. Great times there. Shout out all the boys. Great times. Big Sean, Donnie. How about the day that you were there? Did you stay there for a full day? Is it correct?
So
you woke up at early and you stayed actually a whole day.
So I asked them to open the doors.
Yeah. What time?
It was 10:39. 10:39 a.m.
Yeah.
It's not public information. USC only has one bar off campus, and that's because there's a local middle school and an elementary school, and they can't have it due to zoning rights.
That's true.
So there's two bars actually, if you get really technical, on campus, which are Morton Fig. We love them. We love a Morton Fig mojito.
We'll throw up some photos of Morton Fig.
So
it's basically a bar on campus.
So if you're from a civilized area, you've been to something called Gulfstream, you've been to something called Honor Bar, you've been to a Hillstone restaurant, where a Hillstone restaurant is something that's called a normal environment for someone like me. And I may be speaking out of terms.
Yeah.
But a restaurant that's like a 7.5 every time you go, like it's
a beautiful
spot. You know where you're going.
Yeah.
So it's like having a Morton Fig is like
water,
having
folks.
Morton Fig is similar to having a Gulfstream Hillstone.
It's not water, it's White Claw. My bad. Sorry. I'm boozing some White Claw on the side. I cheated.
Mike interrupted me, but what I was saying was there's a gorgeous, beautiful restaurant with great food, great drinks. You get on campus a Morton Fig. A Morton Fig.
Morton Fig is, you can't even describe it.
I try to describe it as a Hillstone restaurant.
So imagine you have an accounting class at 1, but you could get a vodka soda at $12.50 in the garden next to your class. And you walk in and there's a sushi restaurant on your right in the business school.
By the way, that sushi restaurant has the best bolognese.
Oh, man. But so we shouted out the 9-0. It's legend. But I think we need to get back to one of the biggest stories that we experienced. Because, folks, we're talking about South Central. Fight on. It's rough times out there.
So I'll take it.
No, I'm taking this one. You can chime in a minute. I looked it up because I was actually curious. What are the South Central stats? It's 80. It's rated an F. I'd say it's pretty and safety.
What F on what?
on, this is like I would say I don't know what it was. Okay.
I do.
What?
Like,
it was rated. It is an F on.
Shut your mouth. You said it's rated an F
on safety. Safety.
No, I go for this, and this is off record. On a scale of A to F, how good is this city just like for normal fucking people to live in?
It's a beautiful city. I'm not saying it's not.
No.
I'm saying
it's an F.
South Central Los Angeles, in terms of safety, I'm purely reading statistics. And this is quoted from some site where I'm not going to give you a bibliography of where I found this. Chill out. It's rated an F. 86% total crime over the national average. 348% over the national average in violent crimes.
Oh my God, that's a crazy stat.
And 39% over national property crime. So I think we need to go right into a couple experiences, because I'll be honest. If I had a daughter, I would be scared of her walking the streets of South Central, because it is not a friendly place. But you might think it was, okay? And I'm just bringing this conversation back home. And I'm going to tell the story real quick, and then you can tell the bike story. But the first story. Folks, we were pre-gaming, just a normal weekday, and we have lasers going in our.
So you have to preface this so hard.
It is.
Yep.
Turn
Here's
around.
our house.
Turn around.
That's it.
That's the
the
house. Producer's screenshot. That's the house. Isn't it a real beauty? It's a real beauty.
So guys, can I tell them about the property? Can I give them a little data?
Can I bring them back to the pregame? And it's one of my number one stories that I see.
So, I have to preface it. I have to preface it with Mike and I. I'm not sure if you know this. We moved in together 3 weeks ago.
At this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And hold on.
Four of us.
There was four of us. It was Nick, Saul, my buddy Nether, and Finley. Shout out Finley. I mean, we could talk to those guys all night too. And was that all of us? Fugue,
Mike, Nick,
4 of us.
Austin Nethercutt, Brian Finley. It was 5 of us.
5 of us, and it was a great time. But
watch this.
We were having a pregame there. It was a standard,
We had big speakers.
I had big DJ speakers, like huge, like loud speakers. And in my high school days, I used to DJ like back in high school. So I had big loud speakers, and I also had the lights too, red and green, bounce, bounce, bounce. Let me see your hands.
It's like this. It's like
let me see your. So we are in our living room. We are in our living room and the lasers are on. The booze is flowing. The chicks are there. We're pre-gaming for a night at the Nino that we just talked about.
Imagine this.
And we're just literally the lights are going, and somebody looks out the window and they're like,
"Oh, the neighbors are having a party too."
We're like, "Oh, the neighbors are having a party." We came out to a full-blown crime scene. We're talking caution tapes, ambulance, police cars. We're talking a full-blown gang incident happened in our front yard. And so
we didn't know.
We did not know. We did not know that an individual bled out in front of that house you just saw.
An individual, I will speak to this.
Yeah, he bled out. Rest in peace. But we had no idea.
Mike, I have to, out of acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, an individual was shot in front of our property, and he escaped the shooter, and he died. He bled out dead on our porch.
Yes. The shooting was a couple streets away. He got in his car to get away, and he bled out in front of our house.
He exited his vehicle onto our property.
And bled out.
It was a super unfortunate thing.
Unfortunate.
It happened, though. And we cannot avoid that.
We don't salute gang violence at all.
But we cannot avoid that. That is so sad that happens.
No, it was extremely sad.
Housing.
But we had no idea.
And we're like, oh, the neighbors are having a fucking fiesta.
Yeah, exactly. I just gave you the statistics, and we had no idea.
We thought it was a fun thing.
Yeah. I mean...
Unfortunately, it took the other
It really did.
Direction.
And honestly, all I remember is we were like, okay. I told the cops, I said, look.
This is what leads into it? Do you remember I used to ride a bicycle?
Yeah.
You used to ride a bicycle.
I did.
You weren't very good at it.
I know.
So what happened was we would the housing project. I call it a project now.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever said that.
Yeah.
But they set up these, call it a bike rack, but it was just like low grade rebar attached to the concrete. And you like
We have some
ride
photos,
your
too.
wheels into the fucking rebar thing that's like shaped like a U. And we're trying to lock our bikes. Keep in mind, like, people are dying on our front porch.
It's not that hard to have a bike lock, folks.
You just don't have a piece of skinny rebar that's like almost a girl's hairband.
Yeah.
Like, you just cut it and you run with the bike. So we're locking.
How many
our
bikes did we lose when we lived at that house? Because
Six.
the viewers now know that we lived in South Central, not in a great area. But we would walk out. I would venture that I lost 3 to 4 bikes. But here's the funny part. You would walk out. This is hilarious. This is just too good. I hope we have some photos to show up behind us on the YouTube edition. But you walk out. Like, I'm literally just woke up. It's like I have like a 10:30 class. I'm up at 10. Walk out to get my bike.
It's gone.
And what do I see? I see a tire. So these guys would come with some tools and they would unscrew the front tire of my bicycle that's locked up. They would then leave that tire, take the old tire of a bike that they already owned, and put that on.
And ride off.
So they're riding off with a bike with their tire, and we could not even.
You can't keep up with something like that.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
So the bicycle situation at USC it's a goner, man.
So what happened was we take personal pride in a.
We lost a combined 10 bicycles of the house, and we were quite frankly over it.
So what we did was we took it out on the property management company, and we said, "Excuse me, dear Stuho?
Yeah.
Dear Stuho, my name is Nicholas Landstrom, also known as Saul Armonda. I would like to let you know that your piece of shit rebar bullshit that you have on the side yard that's unprotected because there's no fence, no gate, no locks. Actually, we've lost 10 fucking bikes thanks to you guys. And that's actually, we've been late to class. We've totally ruined our careers. And we're trying to get a fence built so that we can."
So what do? We're like, you know what? Our guest here, Nick, he's a big gun.
I'd say that
a gun guy.
I'd say that I believe in self-protection.
Yeah. So we were trying to protect the bikes here, and we literally staked up all night trying to find this guy. We would not have shot, but we wanted to scare the guy. We had a Glock in the house, right?
I say that
You had a Glock in the house.
Someone did. I forget.
Somebody
who.
had a Glock, but we would have never fired the gun. But we wanted to get this guy to stop taking the bikes, man.
So we bring a bunch of bikes on the side yard. We're trying to stage this guy so that
Yeah.
he just comes and takes a bunch of bikes and we just shoot him. Is that what we were trying to do?
I don't think we were trying to shoot him, brother.
I don't think we were.
You had the gun.
I may have been trying to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what?
So
We need
bikes
to-
keep getting stolen.
Yeah,
Bikes keep getting
yeah.
stolen. So we go, "Hey, Stuho, you dumb fucks. Why don't you build a gate so that no fucking locals can come in and steal
Yeah.
all of our shit and cut the
Yeah.
skinny rebar that's
I think we need another
thick
shot.
as my..."
I think we need another shot right now. We need another Jack Daniel shot here, folks. And then we're gonna bring us back from
Give me
SC.
a shot glass.
Okay, we got a shot glass going here. We're pouring up a shot
Hey,
glass.
Stuho, you dumb pieces
Oh
of shit.
man,
Why don't
somebody's a bit too hung up on the bikes, dude. Just buy a new one. Cheers.
Keep in mind, I don't know if I even bought one of those bikes.
Oh man.
I probably stole Mike's and said I paid for it. That's what's crazy.
We have about a third left of the bottle, folks. Cheers.
This will be the beginning of the end. Stuho built us a custom fucking gate around the entire property.
Saul bitched so much about the bikes that they had a guy working on a full gate, and we finally got it fixed. Safe.
I'd say they improved.
Next topic. USC graduates. Come
I'd
on.
say they-
We got to get it back up to speed.
I'd say they improved the property $25,000
We gotta get back
because
up
of
to
a
speed
$500 bike.
We got to get back up to speed here. So let me paint the picture for all our listeners, and then we can come to you for any, for
By the
anything
way,
else.
can we get a check for the
For the YouTube people, this is pretty good.
the audio listeners is what you meant.
So yeah, I mean, the USC Times, we lost a lot of bikes, partied a lot of AMFs to the 90. Shout out 901 AMF. I mean, are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. We lost a lot of bikes. We had a lot of fun, a lot of parties. We haven't even touched on the fraternity deal there. Crazy stuff. I don't want to get into that right now. There's too much good topics.
Can I do a live scratch?
Did you bring a scratcher here?
I did. I brought a Monopoly.
No way.
A $2.
Are we scratching it off right now, live on the episode?
I want to.
Okay, let's do it. You really brought a scratch and a scale. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to show the camera.
So let's just get this.
We got the scratcher. There's a scratcher here, folks. And Saul, scratch her off.
So this is called Monopoly.
We have Monopoly
I'm sure a lot
gold
of you
scratcher.
have heard of the
Shout
game.
out to a buddy in the crowd right now, Pat, big scratch guy.
Game 1,
How
20K.
many-
Game 1, 20K.
Yep.
Game 2, $40.
Okay, so let's scratch him off real quick. Let's scratch him off. Come on. We're letting him scratch it off.
If this happens.
If we win big, the women in Newport are happy tonight. That's all I gotta say. By the way, Dogecoin check-in on our 1,000 investment up 53. So we kind of need a winning.
We paid for 4 girls' drinks.
We're only at 4. Okay. Any money here?
We're
adding to the fund.
We have an opportunity.
We've only paid for an Uber and one drink. Okay.
We have a big opportunity, Mike.
Did we win? We need one more X here.
We need one more car.
On the card. So Saul is scratching off a lotto ticket on Mic'd Up Podcast episode 1. Did we win or no? Okay, I'm reading it right now. Uncover 3 car symbols in a row, column, or diagonal line, and win the prize in that. Did we win?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, folks. We did not win this scratcher, but Dogecoin. There's always hope. Thank you for bringing the scratcher. Maybe next time that you come on the podcast, we can do another one and win. But this one's a loser. Okay.
I'm a total loser.
On to the next one. So we graduate USC, we finish it up, we party, we have a good time, and you end up securing a job that lands you in Durant, Oklahoma. And listeners, viewers, watchers, legends out there,
Buyers beware.
you can best believe that this is like, I graduated, I got a job in Orange County, like LA. This guy, legend Saul, in the seat right now, said, screw it, I'm moving to Durant, Oklahoma. Can somebody put up on the screen here where that is on a map? Because I need to know.
Can you just do us a favor?
Let's put it up. Let's put that up on the screen. I mean, it's remarkable. And it takes a lot out of somebody that's on like a mission to get to the top, that knows their plan, to just say, look, I'm going to go to Durant because that's where my career needs to be. Mike, I'll let you take it away real quick.
Can you explain to the people what my outlook is and my 5-year and like stuff like that?
But hey, folks, I'll be honest.
And where I came from.
We intentionally skipped over a whole segment of.
We had to.
We had to skip over it just for the time's sake. But Saul took a motorcycle trip before he took his job in Oklahoma. In between USC and the job, he took a legendary motorcycle trip.
Which is an episode in itself.
It's an episode in itself.
But can you elaborate on, like, we're trying to go there.
Can you please give the viewers, before we jump to Durant, give them in about a minute or 2 of what your motorcycle trip was, why you did it.
No problem.
And then, because we're going to invite Saul back. Maybe we do the episode in Dallas. How about that?
Wouldn't be bad.
And so Saul left his junior year USC.
For an exploration.
Like you dropped out of SC, right? Or no?
I did.
And you dropped out your junior year.
Yeah.
So we just looked over this, but
there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, a lot that goes into it.
That.
We have a lot of stuff to talk about, but folks, we're just going to keep on going and pretend that he didn't go on this motorcycle trip and just pretend that he graduated.
Because you'll get it later.
Because you are going to get
in-depth, and you will be bummed about it, probably.
I mean there's going to be another Jack Daniel drink.
There's a 2-hour episode about
on just the motorcycle.
Yeah.
So we understand that. So you left your junior year from SC, you dropped out.
Yeah.
And you just bought a BMW bicycle, motorbike.
Yep.
And you were off to what city?
So what happened was, and I'll be quick. I'll try to keep it together.
We'll be quick because
I might even have a little.
I think you have a little
White
drink.
Claw.
I think, yeah. I mean, the Jack Daniels is going to get drinking tonight. I mean, let's have some White Claw. We love White Claw. Saul is drinking some White Claw right now.
This episode is brought to you by White Claw, hard seltzer, iced tea, peach, 100 calories, 5% alcohol, gluten-free.
Oh, man. Can you tell the viewers in 1 minute what about your trip?
Yep. So, I study a lot about motorcycles. Why is this thing playing in my ear?
I mean, I've lost my Louis Vuitton wallet many times, and it's just ringing right now. So this is crazy, live on the YouTube podcast. I have a tile just ringing in my wallet. So, okay. Maybe it thinks I'm going to lose it tonight because we're going to send it after the podcast. Say that. Okay. Come on, tile. Tile. If this is a public company, short the fuck out of it. It's bad. Okay. Finish your story. Come on. We're back to the motorcycle.
I'm back to normal.
Yeah. Let's give them a 1 minute briefing of what they can expect from the next podcast about the motorcycle trip. Because you left your junior, and people forget about this, but there's so many interesting topics, so much information to pick from your brain. Because, folks, if I've been waiting years to start the Mic'd Up podcast, do you think I wouldn't bring on an absolute legend? Like somebody where we could run this up to like 3 hours full, like Joe Rogan, Alex Jones. No, we could talk all night. Our producers are stopping us.
They don't want us to keep going.
The viewers don't want to know what they're writing. Like if you're listening,
Mike,
if you're listening to this on like in your car, treadmill, whatever, there's a screen in front of us. Just visualize it. They're typing to us saying on to the next topic.
They say Nick,
on
you
next
dumb.
topic.
They say look. I'm reading this. Nick, you dumb fuck.
Oh man.
Change to the next subject.
Yeah, they're like, get on.
Patty is so hungry. It's like
they want us to go on the next topic, so we are. 1 minute. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1 minute. A motorcycle trip between junior year and then you actually eventually came back to SC, correct?
So as a light.
Did you come back to SC?
As a light junior, they say, all right, I buy a motorcycle. I try to get it shipped to Newport. Fails. Mm-hmm. I actually ship myself instead of shipping the motorcycle out to DC. I get to DC. I Uber to the guy's house. And I say, hey, man, like...
DC, right. like Washington, D.C.?
Washington.
So that's where you bought the bike.
Also known as, like, the capital of the United States.
Give the viewers a 1 minute. It's like your 1 minute elevator pitch. I'm actually going to pull up a stopwatch right now, folks. And we're going to play one on behind us right now, a stopwatch. We are going to give him 1 minute because he literally needs to come back on to talk about this because it'll be the title of the episode, The Return of Saul Armonda Motorcycle Trip. And we will be able to talk for hours about this. And we're going to do an online stopwatch.
Yep.
And we're going to give him 1 minute because guess what? In real life, you have 1 minute. Ready? Saul, are you ready? 1 minute. Tell the viewers what they can expect in episode 2 on your you left USC for the trip and you came back and graduated. Ready? 1, 2.
Hey guys,
Go.
This is Nick Landstrom. I wanted to let you know about an episode that we have coming up. This is my first podcast, but obviously there are going to be many more. So, in the future, you're going to hear about a motorcycle story. Motorcycle story.
Come on.
So we're going to get this thing going where I start in LA, I go to DC, I go to Key West, I go back to LA, and then I go to Durant, Oklahoma. And then I drive down to Dallas. But 35 seconds, I think that's pretty good.
I think you did it, but I think you need to touch on one thing here. Let the viewers know here about how many, real quick, you got 15 more seconds. What can they expect?
I mean, I got arrested.
You got arrested.
I slept in a tent for 50 days.
He slept in a tent on the side of the road.
For 50 days.
50 days. And we got 1, 2, and that's all you guys got to know.
No, I stay in places
Done.
where like...
1 minute. He's back, folks. We have so much to talk about. But let's just pretend that we're back in Durant, Oklahoma. And graduate SC, back, moved to Texas. A good job. A good engineering job of a casino, which I've given a lot of money to in my day. Trust me. If you own a casino, I've given you some money in some sort. We've given you some money. But Texas, I mean, what's back to Texas?
So there's a reason that I live in Newport.
Yeah. There's a reason why the podcast is broadcasted live in Orange County.
There's a reason why these bright fucking LEDs are shining in my face. There's a reason why Kevin, Nick, Patty, Mark. Mm-hmm. There's a reason behind why these great friends of mine.
We have great friends. Like, shout out. We have great friends, and I'm very fortunate.
why they're sitting right in front of us.
They're here listening to two fucks talk.
Two total bastard
Two total
idiots.
bastards chirping, drinking whiskey. And they're
By the way,
honestly-
what's Jack at?
The Jack Daniels, just for the viewers on listening, not tuning into the YouTube video, it's about we're a
Let me
couple
check
licks
it out.
away from finishing it off.
So I'd call this 1/4.
1/4. Oh, he's okay. Oh, okay. Saul just took a rip of it. I think that's good. That's good. All right, I think let's just get to Durant. Let's get to Texas. Let's forget the motorcycle trip. And, you were doing an engineering job. We're going to make this brief, folks, because we have, believe it or not, we've not told you guys yet, we have about 5 chicken tenders here from 5 different
Taste
companies. And we're going to do a taste test, a bit liquored up. The liquor is speaking to us. But we're gonna have a taste test here with 4 or 5 different chicken tenders, and we're gonna rate them for you guys. You probably already know, but we're gonna enjoy them. And so let's get back to Durant, Oklahoma. I mean,
Tell us about when you came out.
yeah. So Saul here.
Preload it.
Okay, I'll preload it. Saul got a great opportunity to have a job in Durant, Oklahoma, and as we all know, in life, when you get a great opportunity, no matter if it's to do the job that'll put you on the path you want to be at.
Tell them what we did.
He went out there to have an engineering role of an Indian casino, and obviously you're probably a bit lonely out there, right?
Would you
I
say
would be.
that it was over 20 stories?
It was a bigger tower. If you've been to Morongo, bigger.
It was a Choctaw Casino expansion
Choctaw Casino,
project,
Durant, Oklahoma.
which is easily...
You know what? There's a great video that's going to preface this before we get into it. When I came out to visit, not the highlight, there was a big issue. A Nickelback concert brought me and my cousin.
Videos.
And we came out, we actually, because I love this guy so much, we came out to Durant, Oklahoma to visit him. I guess they're bringing in the chicken tenders. We're not, are we doing this right now?
No, I think they're playing
they're
Choctaw video.
Yeah, so we're going to, right now, before we do the chicken tender deal, we're going to cue to a video
we built
at the Choctaw Resort. Let's just show you like the beautiful city. We're not going to put it up behind us. Let's just show it real quick. Let's go now. We're live with project engineer Nick Landstrom. Nick, can you tell the viewers about the build?
It's a taller dog.
Yep.
300-foot crane. 246-foot
So
crane.
what's coming 2021?
A 20-story... So see this tower?
Yeah.
21-story tower. 6-story parking garage. 330,000 square feet of casino space.
Love that. I mean, folks, that was a beautiful building that you just saw, and this guy was an engineer there, and you know, we like I said, he's gonna come back on a different podcast, a different episode, to finish his story. But I mean, he built that casino. He was one of the people that built that beautiful property, that was in charge of that in the engineering level, and it's just beautiful. How much money, real quick, have you lost in the casino? Actually, I'm curious.
So personally,
yeah, like going in after work, you have to throw a couple bets in.
So
roughly.
So to be dead honest.
Yeah.
I've lost $12K.
In that casino or?
In casinos.
In general. How about that one though?
$4K.
$4K at Choctaw?
But I've won
a ton.
A dirty amount.
Okay. We love, everybody loves.
We're not upset.
To talk about their wins.
Not upset.
And I love it. I mean, dude.
Not upset.
So how about this? You guys saw the casino. I went out and visited the casino with Saul.
It's a legitimate exercise.
We came out to visit.
Tell them, like, for someone who hasn't been there.
I mean, I'll be honest. We went out there. I was like, you know, he's one of my best friends. We were like me and my two cousins and my buddy Connor. Shout out Connor, the guy's a degenerate. I love him. One of my best friends.
Tell them what happened.
We went out there to visit. People are like, what are you doing? I had to request some time off, and it's like, where are you going? I'm going to Durant, Oklahoma. And it's a real beauty, folks. That city's a real beauty. And we went out there, visited Saul, we drank, we saw the casino. Some would say we were running across highways.
So what?
I'm not used to running across interstates.
A very sad story.
Of what?
Kent.
So, folks, but before we get any further, we were out there. Saul gave us a tour of all the bars. We will cue all the bars in the background right now, like when we're talking.
Very fun.
When we're talking, shout out Dam Bar. Cue Dana. Somebody cue Uncle Dana on the background. Go. This guy was Uncle Dana, a local of the Dam Bar.
We're fortunate to be.
And
there.
we are gonna put up the Dam Bar. Can we get a picture of the Dam Bar, folks?
Can you light Google?
Can the Google? Can the guys Google Dam Bar, Oklahoma?
DAM.
Because I need to see this, and the viewers. Dam Bar, Dam Bar, Oklahoma. It's one of the craziest bars I've ever been to.
Sickening.
Dam Bar. Come on, let's get some photos here.
It was sickening.
I don't see it.
Top left.
I see it right there.
Top.
Or right, no. Right there. Yeah.
Right there. The fourth one in. No.
No, back.
Anyway, the Dam Bar, another great bar. How about this? City Limits. Our producers can't get us the pictures, but we will get them up there.
City
Limits. They have great drinks. And I am just used to going to like Buffalo Club, Bungalow. If you're listening to this podcast, and those are the type. Okay, here it is. They finally got it. It hasn't already. This is the bar. I swear to you.
So pull this up full screen.
Pull up. That's the bar, right, just to paint the picture for the people in the room and listen.
And can I divulge?
Yeah.
So imagine pulling up to this. What you see right here is the most luxurious high-end bar they've seen in 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And you pull up, you go, are we at the Montauk Inn? They say, yeah.
That is the bar, man.
That's
I believe
it. No. So I go, so if I have I'm going to call it a lawnmower.
Yeah.
They say, oh, you got front row access.
Yeah.
They say you pull into the front.
You've been there many times after work. So Saul after work would come with his coworkers, and would you frequent the Dam Bar?
So it's similar to the...
Would you frequent the Dam Bar?
It's similar to pulling up to Nobu Malibu with a Lamborghini.
Yeah, this is similar.
And you pull up with a...
Nobu Lamborghini is similar to Dam Bar tractor.
It's true.
Yeah. And I was blessed to be there, folks. It really.
You saw it.
I saw it.
I physically pushed it in front of you.
What you were seeing here, I've been there, and Uncle Dana. We can't forget the story of Uncle Dana.
He said, "Come,
a weird
join us."
dude, a weird guy there. They were drinking $5 IPAs, and if we have a photo of that as well. I will cue that up. Go. They were selling $5 IPA. Was it unlimited?
I'm not sure if they paid for them.
Anyway, our cousin Kent was sitting at the bar getting an unlimited IPA, and this is all documented. This is one of the there was a couple highlights of the story. Uncle Dana, Dana, just a weird Dana at the bar, old guy. You see the photo. Looked over to my cousin Kent and said, "Hey man, do you want to come out on my boat tomorrow? Let's have a fun time."
It wasn't normal.
It was not normal. Come out.
Dude.
That's not Uncle Dana. These guys are showing. Anyway, the Dam Bar, you had to be there to see it. It smelled like cigarettes. There were some slots in there. I lost a ton, $20. You don't win. And, the picture that you just saw speaks for itself. Okay?
I don't know who put that up.
Do we have some ice here? But anyway, next up, we're driving up so we took a road trip. We landed in DFW. We stopped at the Dam Bar, City Limits. My cousin Brett was there, being a legend. Shout out the Nodding Donkey. We'll show up that bar. That's a great bar.
This doesn't look far off from your cousin.
Dude, he's showing him on the screen. So that's all I got to say is shout out Nodding Donkey. So Katy Ice House. We haven't touched on the Katy Ice House legend.
Katy Trail.
Shout out the Katy Ice Trail. Anyway,
Katy Trail Ice House.
We're talking about bars because we love to have a good time and drink. But I'll be honest with you guys. The best story, we saved the best for last. I know we've been ranting. but we need to react to a video if possible, folks, or do we need to play that after? Are we able to react to it live or no? No?
What is it?
The video of me getting my drink hit out of me at the casino. Are we able to pull that up? Okay. So we are going to just play it for you guys. And it was a video I was talking that went viral. Like, I think it got like 500K views. Shout out Bitch. It's an Instagram account, bitc.h. It's now Meme Queen, our buddy Blake. It went viral. So shout out Riley and Blake. It went viral. It's a humor video. We literally went to a Nickelback concert. The reason why I went out there, screw all the stuff I already just said. It was for Nickelback. And I know earlier in the episode we talked about Nickelback a little bit, but we went out there for the Nickelback concert.
I'm going to go ahead and do it.
You're going to what? What are you doing? What is he doing? We went to a Nickelback concert. What is he doing?
I'm through with standing in line. The clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win. This life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. What you want?
Oh, man.
Can you guys help me here?
That was good. Just sit down, sir. Sit down.
That's
It was really good. Hey, somebody play a sound effect applause. Ready? Go. That was really good. Honestly, you've been killing it with the impressions all day. I'm not lying. I'm being honest. Right now, let's cue the video of me getting my drink out of my hand at the Nickelback concert at the Choctaw.
This is the Dave Ramsey
that he
show.
Built. The casino that he built. Let's cue the video of me getting my drink hit out of the casino. Go.
Where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice.
We already cued the video.
Years he's been with us and he's still the fucking new guy.
How was that video? I mean, that woman hit the drink out of my hand for what? No reason?
I don't want to speak to it.
That was
a lesbian.
Okay. He just said it. We love. It doesn't matter what her sexual preference was. She may have been a lesbian, but yes, she was a bit mad. Some would call that a Karen nowadays.
Karen Davin.
Karen hit the drink out of my hand, and we're going to end the Choctaw experience off of that scenario. The Choctaw drink bash, and I'm like, you know what? Get me on the first flight back to LA, OC, California.
We have better than that.
We have better than that. So woke up early, got back to LA, and now Saul is down in Dallas, downtown Dallas, killing it. And I want to do a shot right now because he's killing it. New job, a new construction project, and he's doing well.
I think we could pause it and say, guys, to be honest,
yeah,
I think a couple of us have very good deals going.
Yeah, we got some
and
pretty
Mike is very much included.
Deals of what?
I think Tide has some crazy shit going on.
A lot of people are doing well, and I'm just happy that you're doing great. And I love you, brother. And it's been a fun. I want to say thank you for coming on because this is episode 1.
No, but I'm not saying this is over.
No, it's not over. But I want to say thank you for coming on here. Folks, we got some grease here. We got some grease delivered.
Can you pull the grease out?
Okay, let me end this real quick because we gave everybody your life story, which is probably, if you're listening, his story is probably more interesting than yours because it's more interesting than mine. He's an absolute legend. Would you live on a tent in the side of the road for 50 days?
Can I tell one last
I don't think
story?
so. Next episode, he'll be back, the motorcycle trip. Somebody bring in the grease. He's doing well. We're doing well. We are now going to go into a chicken tender rating competition. You brought the weight scale out, so apparently I'm a big greaser.
You
think?
weighed
206?
2 pounds more than me.
Yeah. So we're both a bit greasy, and we're bringing in the tenders. Can the people, in
charge,
the managers and producers bring in the tenders? Okay. So we have McDonald's for everybody listening. McDonald. We have Chick-fil-A here. We have Raising Cane's.
No. Raising Cane.
We have a Raising Cane, and we have a wild card here only because he was next to Raising Cane's when I bought all these.
No, Raising Cane.
El Pollo Loco. So we're gonna rank these 1 to 4, and let's just do that. So, is there any liquor left in the bottle? We're coming to the end soon of a great legendary first episode. Is there any left? All right, let's just have one more. Is this yours with the ice?
Mine's right here.
Okay. We'll pour it up a little bit. I think this could be the end of it. Will you do the honors and chug the rest of this before the tender? I mean, you've been a great guest here. I have a chaser for you.
I will drink this.
Do you have any last words? Or we're not done yet.
I'm not saying we're done.
I'm mixing it
I'm
up.
saying, Mike.
Yeah. This podcast has been about crypto, grease, weighing. There's a fucking scale here. Drinking a whole bottle of Jack Daniels, betting on Dogecoin. But
I need to place a bet.
You have a bet. You want to place a bet?
I
right?
have to place a bet.
How?
I have 1,000 that I want to place on Raven coin.
We're not doing the crypto.
You are. I will not leave. I will not leave.
Can you please finish the Jack Daniels so we can get into the chicken contest and call it an episode? It was successful.
I agree.
Can you take the poll with me? It's your bottle. You were the guest. You brought it. I drank it all episode. Cheers. And let's cheers to it. Cheers, everybody in the all the producers. It was a great first episode, but we're not done yet.
You need to take down that.
That McDonald's getting cold.
I'm gonna wash it down with. Okay, we have just for the people watching, we have about probably 2 shots worth of Jack Daniels left. So stay tuned. Jack Daniel left, but we have some grease in front of us. We're dealing with Chick-fil-A, El Pollo Loco. Only because it was next door to Chick-fil-A.
Kane.
McDonald.
And Kane.
This reminds me of a Hangover.
Kane.
And we have the legend Raising Cane. So you pick the first one.
Raising Cane.
Raising Cane. Pick the first one and let's rate it 1 to 10 and rank them. McDonald. Okay.
This is verified, right? Okay.
That was awful, folks.
Can I verify that this is technical?
The shots are gone. Yeah. Okay. 1 bite. Oh my gosh. Okay, folks. He's dipping the chicken nugget from McDonald's in the whiskey. So we tried the chicken nuggets here. You dipped it in whiskey, and you'd rate it awful, right?
I had to tap
out. You might notice the podcast had to pause a little bit because it was that bad. I would rate this one off. It's awful.
A 0.42.
Tastes like rubber.
A 0.42.
Rubber.
Guaranteed.
Chicken nuggets only taste good when you're hungover. Maybe it's awful. All right, next. Hey, let's get to like a good one. Let's take a bite of the Chick-fil-A, folks at home. We have a beautiful 20 Chick-fil-A nuggets here. This is a lot better.
This is reasonable.
This is reasonable, actually. Let's try one.
Do you have Chick-fil-A?
I do.
I would love to ask our producers.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about.
Dude, we're in the middle of a food review. Can we finish the food review?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Wanna be the air every time you breathe, running through your veins and the spaces in between. I wanna feel your heart every time it bleeds, living in your brain. There's only room for me.
Hey, I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning into the Mic'd Up Podcast, episode 1. Nick was a great guest. Saul was a great guest. But unfortunately, we're going to have to wrap this one up short tonight. And he may be back on in the future. He was a great host. He lives an interesting life, one of my best friends. But I'll tell you guys one thing. The Jack Daniels bottle was finished to this much left. And we got to wrap it tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you had a good time. Hope you laughed. And stay tuned for an episode 2 in the future. But just have a great time and best wishes. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you for tuning in to the Mic'd Up Podcast. Be sure to tune in again for the next episode on Apple Music, Spotify, or YouTube. See you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.